Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Tuesday, August 29th, and we're kind of at a rinse and repeat stage where I can't tell you who's going on Thursday right now. It's going to be either Blue or Jag, but then again, as I mentioned yesterday, it may be neither of them. If one of them gets this power that one of them may have, we don't know what's going on with the power. Let's get the power thing out of the way so far. We really don't know. There was theories at the early afternoon yesterday that, they're going into the diary room, and some of them are smiling when they come out. But in the end, there's been no whispers, no talks of a secret power or anything. So let's just pretend that we don't know about that right now. Maybe something will happen today that will figure something out. But for now, we're not sure what's going on. We just have to go with the assumption that it's going to be a regular eviction on Thursday night. With that assumption, I'm just not sure who's going between the two of them right now, between Jag and Blue. The power veto was not used. That's right. I did do a late night podcast because of the end of Stitcher, which now should be gone. I guess I haven't checked it, but we know the power veto wasn't used. The House continued to flip-flop last night after my last podcast. And so we're just not sure what's going on. And so I thought today I would just do a very quick rundown of my impressions of each of the House guests, because that's kind of where I'm at, where it's like, well, they've all got things going on here. What I really need to do, and I can't because I'm driving, is get an alliance chart with just the three main alliances, right? You've got your, is the Professors even an alliance at this point anymore? You've got Legend 25, and you've got the Seven Deadly Sins, and then there's the one more. Is that the Professors? Is that the other one? I can't even tell you for right now, but the point is that those three alliances encompass everybody in the House. Everybody in the House is in one of those alliances. And then Cirie, Felicia, and Izzy, I think, are in all three, I believe. If they're not in all three, then Jared and Izzy are rotated in and out of two of them, I think. I think Cirie, see, I'm never going to get it right, guys. I think Cirie and Felicia may be in all three, and Jared and Izzy may rotate in and out a couple. But point is, they're heavily involved in everything going on in the House, so they're all fairly kind of safe. Still, I think. I don't know if the rest of the House is ever going to figure this out. But anyways, so point is, we've got these main alliances, and if you look at the House in that format, it kind of helps wrap your brain around a little bit about what's going on as far as who's working with who's working against who. I mean, if you think about it, most of the people in the House are in two different alliances, right? And they have to know that, and yet, and there's three alliances. It's just a bit. It'll start to break apart this week. Once this break happens, it'll uneven things. Think of a car with three. Think of a tricycle going down the road. One of these wheels is going to suddenly break or get a lot smaller than the other two, and it's going to make for an uneven ride. Correct? Sure. That sounds like a good analogy, Mike. All right, so let's go through the House guests as far as what's going on. First of all, again, a reminder: power veto wasn't used. Cameron and Red want Jared out. Okay, but other people don't, and so that's where the flip is potentially happening. That Cirie and Felicia and Izzy, at least depending on the time of day, they think that Jag may be better for them than Blue, right? But of course, Jared doesn't want Blue gone, so he wants to keep Blue. And it's all about their plus. It's the arguments over the never-ending argument over plus ones. Don't get rid of my plus ones. But remember, when you have a plus one in your alliance, You're supposed to be willing to get rid of your +1, but nobody ever does want to get rid of their +1. They want everybody else to get rid of theirs first. Well, Jared is being told we should probably get rid of your +1, and he's going like, no, I don't want to. And let's not forget to mention that she's also his showmance, right? So, where's everybody stand in the house? We're going to go in somewhat alphabetical order based on this list that I have in my car. America. And I still, by the way, every time I hear people talk about America, I think they're talking to us. I think they're cam talking to us for half a second. And then I realize, oh no, they're talking about America, the player, the person in the house. So I don't know. She's honestly a big fan of Big Brother. She knows the game. Either she's studied it really hard or she knows the game. I think she knows the game. I don't know if she watched the live feeds, but if she didn't watch the live feeds, she was very active on social media and knew what was going on. That's my sense. She knows some of the inside things about the game. So, but she's also very smart, right? She's went to a very prestigious university, and you know, so she's a smart cookie, and so I just don't know how well she's playing the actual game. She's playing a very social version of the game. I don't see her playing a super strategical version of the game. So she's doing okay, but I think her destiny is in the hands of a lot of other people and not herself. At least not yet, unless she starts winning competitions. But so far, she ain't won anything, right? So, yeah. Did she? I don't think so. I don't have any win lists or anything. I probably should have that written up too to talk about. So before I say somebody hasn't won anything, and then somebody messages me and said they've won 3 things, Mike. What are you talking about? Blue, alphabetical. America, then Blue. I see Blue, on the other hand, doesn't know anything about the game, is definitely a recruit, is playing kind of a social game, but she's really hitched her star to Jared, even though she claims that she isn't and she can get rid of him. It's kind of comical right now because now that she thinks that Felicia is Jared's mom, she's been doing a little bit of kissing up to Felicia, and it's kind of just funny to watch her, get all friendly and say nice things about Jared around Felicia, when in reality that's not Jared's mom, and Felicia doesn't know that Blue thinks that Felicia is. Felicia does not know that Blue thinks she's her mom, his mom, right? So that will probably, if they have time, be a comedy segment in the next week or so. If Blue stays around and if they have the ability to, that would be a funny segment where you show Blue kissing up to Felicia because she thinks that she is Jared's mom. So game-wise, so back to America. Does America have a shot to win? Yes, she still has a shot to win, right? She's got the potential. She's got to turn up her competitive game, but she knows the game well enough, I think, and I don't think she's completely oblivious to a lot of things, so I think she has a shot to win. Not a great shot, but she does have a shot. Blue, on the other hand, I don't think has a shot at all to win. I don't think she knows the game. I don't think she's playing the game. I think she's playing to be in the house, and more worried about her status after the game than she is about doing well in the game. Corey knows the game fairly well. As well as America in a different way, I think. But I think he's knowing that Cirie is such a good player, he keeps talking about it, but he's doing this whole, we gotta wait. I feel like he's doing this, gotta wait to take the big shot and get rid of her. But the problem is that Cirie has just she's got her hand in so many different things that it's gonna be hard to get rid of her. And she's definitely better aligned than he is. So, yeah. So, speaking of Cirie, so Corey has a shot to win the game, but again, definitely better than Blue, but I don't know if he's at the top of the list. I just don't think he has enough alliances, or that the alliances that he have are strong enough to get him far. And he actually is seen as one of the top people in that side of the house kind of thing, where he's got a big target on his back. Cirie, she's really set up sweetly. I just don't know if something isn't going to take her out at some point. a couple of years ago, I was all about Tiffany and how great Tiffany was doing, and she had all these angles, and then boom, she was gone. So it's very possible that at some point they could just decide that things could go slightly wrong for Cirie, and she's out the door. I know that production probably wants to keep her around as long as possible because she is doing a great job. She's great TV, brings a lot of fans to the show. So not that they try influence the game a little bit. I don't think it's as fixed as people think, but I definitely feel like they want her around if possible. So Cirie's definitely has a shot to win. Of all the people in the house right now, she probably has the biggest chance to win. Felicia, I don't know. Felicia, I'm going to have to pick up my pace, by the way, going through these. Felicia obviously won a competition. It was a luck competition. She's so bold and in your face that I just can't see that not biting her in the tail at some point here. But for now, she's doing okay. Does she have a shot to win? No, I don't think so. I think whoever goes against her will probably beat her. But then again, she may get the sympathy vote and everything in the end. It'd be like, well, we really like her and let's give her the vote. So it's possible. Bowie is kind of a running joke with people that she never seems to be in the active. Where's Bowie? What's Bowie doing? But Bowie is managing to stay active. She's also had some people kind of turn against her lately. I think Cirie and Felicia don't trust Bowie anymore. Bowie's kind of gotten in tight with Cameron and Red, who are kind of definitely the core of one of the alliances. So they're seen as a big target by Cirie and Felicia and others. And they also, this week, since Red won the power veto and Cameron is the head of household, they are kind of a onesies, twosies, and they are spending a lot of time together. And Bowie has been hanging out with them as well, and they have said that they really trust Bowie, which Cirie has picked up on, and so she doesn't trust Bowie lately, even though Bowie is part of one of their core alliances. So I don't know if Bowie has a shot to win. I don't think so. I don't know where she stands. She's not dumb, but I just don't think she's playing the game very well. Again, I could be completely wrong. Cameron, big target, has to win a lot to manage to get through the game. Has managed to win the head of household, but can he keep winning? I don't know. He and Red are really dependent on each other, and sooner or later they're going to find each other sitting together on the block, and one of them is probably going to go. That's where I think that's at. Izzy is a wild target. She's so all over the place and sporadic and crazy, and I think she's going to burn out, but I just don't know when. So I don't think Izzy's winning, but I think she's going to go quite a ways yet. I do think she's going to last a long time. I don't think she's going to have a shot to win. Again, does Cameron have a shot to win? Maybe, but he's going to have to win a lot. And his alliances are going to have to shift or something. People are going to have to turn against Cirie, I think. Jag, well, he may not be here next week. And I like Jag, but the problem is that even though he's likable, I don't know how well he's playing the game or how good of a read he has on the game. He, as along with others, they all trust Cirie and think that she's working with them, and she's just working with everybody. So, yeah, I don't think Jag has a chance to win, honestly. But I also don't want to see him go home this week because I think he's playing the game more than Blue is. Right? Jared, I don't know, man. I don't know if Jared, his game is so dependent on Cirie and that relationship, and it's hard telling. If his mom wasn't in the house, I don't know how well he'd be doing, but he might be doing better. He's having to cripple his own style of play, I think, because his mom's in the house. And that, I think his argument would be it actually hurt him, and it might be accurate, but it's hard to say because his mom's in the house. And so there's no way to know how his game would be without his mom, unless his mom gets voted out, which I don't see happening anytime soon. So, yeah. So I don't know. Jared, I don't think Jared has a chance to win. But then again, if Cirie gets voted out, things could change completely. Matt's an unknown. I don't think Matt doesn't seem to be playing very much of his own game. he seems to be playing with whatever. He's kind of running from group to group. But I still don't even know if he's that strong of a player, if he has his head wrapped around the game that much. Again, he could be a surprise, but for right now, I'm not looking at him like, oh, Matt's a force to be reckoned with. Definitely in the bottom, lower tier of people that I think has a shot to win it. He's a great person to have on your side. He's a vote on your side. I don't even know if he's that loyal, though, right? So, yeah, that's my status on Matt is, nice guy. No problem. I don't have a problem with anybody in the house. Nicole, you know what? People are like, oh, she's great, she's good, and she has these, she's very focused in times and has all these thoughts, but she doesn't have. I mean, she's got allies in with Cirie and Izzy and Felicia, but I think they look at her as their low person on the totem pole. They don't look at her as a strong, as a strong ally that they want to take far with her. I think they're taking her along, but in the end, I don't think she has any super strong allies. Remember, she has, in my opinion, she doesn't respect anybody that is under 30 in the house. Everybody under 30 in the house is a young kid to her. She's 30, and she's always kind of whatever, and not to them, but you just get that sense. So she's managed to alienate herself from a lot of the house. They may not see it, but I see it, and I just don't think it's helping her game. I don't feel like she's, got a good relationship with a lot of people. Who else? Just Red. Red's the only other one, and Red, same as with Cameron, right? He's a he's a strong player for competition wise and stuff, but I don't know. I think his success is tied to Cameron's. And I just can't see the two of them together making it deep. I think one or the other of them is going to get shot out. Going to get eliminated pretty quick here. And then the other one will have to figure out how to carry on. And I guess part of it's dependent on how that works, right? He and Felicia, by the way, are also kind of enemies in the kitchen. They both do a lot of the cooking, and I think they see each other as rivals for that attention in the kitchen. So there's that going on, too. There's that little dynamic. Sometimes the cook in the house goes far because they're a good cook. Well, both Jared and Felicia, I guess Felicia, Cirie wasn't complimentary to Felicia's cooking a few weeks ago, but it is still seen that way by the house. She still is, and then she got her spices and everything, and so people said it was better. But point is, there is that little battle going on between Red and Felicia. It's an unspoken battle. It's an unspoken conflict, but you do see it. I shouldn't say it's even unspoken. Sometimes they do complain. I think Felicia complains about how much butter Red uses. I think there's a battle over the butter, but that's neither here nor there. Again, Red is dependent on his... He and Cameron are kind of tied to each other, and I just don't know how long that's going to last. So, that's it, everybody. There's a quick rundown of all the house guests. We're going to have another day of back and forth on who's going to go. Maybe we'll see a competition today or a secret competition, or maybe we'll get a sense of how that's going to play out, or maybe we won't know anything. Maybe they've managed to keep it super secret. I just can't see them telling any four of these house guests, letting them know about this thing, and then none of the four of them saying anything to anybody else. If they manage to keep this a secret, I will be in complete shock. All right, there you go. There's your Tuesday. We'll talk to you on Wednesday unless something major happens, and I can't see anything major happening, so that means we'll talk to you on Wednesday. Be well, everybody. Thanks to all my supporters. We'll talk to you tomorrow.